You've seen them all over YouTube. 1,000 horsepower cars, wide body, airbags, roll cage, machine gun exhaust, a rotary in a Subi in a rotary. Well, this isn't any of that. This is a 2000 Subaru Legacy Wagon. It's got fold down seats, twin turbos that probably work, a non-leaky head gasket, a wiper de-icer, and it just so happens to be my car.
This is my Subaru. There are many like it, but this one is mine. Yeah, this isn't your LS swapped Kia Soul making 1,000 horsepower. And this isn't your grandpa's Model T slammed with underglow. But I don't think the world's filled with those kind of cars. I think it's filled with these kind of cars. Get you from A to B, comfortably, still looking cool, and something you enjoy driving. And it's something I want to take care of. And did I mention it's an auto? Bye guys. Now hold up. YouTube's full of car channels with manuals. What I'm talking about here is a reliable and useful car. And I think it's still pretty sick. I mean, I live in a place where it's icy hills 6 months of the year, frozen, skatey roads, buses stuck and slipping. An auto's a dream in that kind of environment. And this isn't just an auto, it's an auto wagon. Wagons for me have always been the coolest car of their generation. And it's been something I've always wanted to own since I've been a little lad. I mean, take a look at the 90s Audi RS2, the 9-to-5 Aero wagon, Volvo V70R, Volvo 850R, the Lancer, the Stagia. But you know what really tickles my little tickly parts the most? The first to fourth gen Subi GT wagons. The long uninterrupted windows, the aggressive body shape, and all wrapped around the same engine family as the WRC. When you're driving one of these things, it makes you feel like Colin McRae is looking down from the skies giving you a thumbs up. Yeah, she's beautiful, but she ain't perfect. Let's go over some of the stuff we need to fix. Now, I'm not a professional mechanic, and I don't have a lot of tools or a lift. But what I have is a tons of spirit and go get 'em attitude and Google. And with those things, I feel way more confident than I should be to handle these things. So let's get started on the first one. New alternator, haute performance, which for those of you that don't speak French, me neither.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't.
Also got some new belts and a new idler pulley. We're good to go, baby. Anybody got my keys or? Everything in this car, well, 99% of everything in this car is either a 10 or a 12. If you don't have metric sockets and you own a Subaru, what are you doing, man? I lost the bolts to these a long time ago, so I just have some random screws holding this together. Screws removed. This is a 10, this is a 12. For now, you don't want to remove this bolt all the way, and you'll be able to pull this bracket right out. There's a little secret bolt hidden under here. Let me show you. This is the bolt we got to release first. Another good idea is to hit this with some kind of penetrant, PB blaster, or whatever you want to use. They're just really easy to snap, especially when they are old like mine. Once that is good and penetrated, you can loosen up this bolt. Doesn't have to come out, just loosen it, and you can start loosening this bolt. Don't use power tools yet.
No power tools!
Okay, just a warning. This bolt snaps really easy. So once you're sure it's loose, I would just hand unscrew it all the way down. If it is not moving, you know, give it a couple whacks on the top. We're nice and loose, as loose as a goose. This this belt comes right off just like that. To get our next belt out, you're gonna have to loosen up this bolt down here first, which will then let us unscrew this bolt, basically same as this, to start lifting this idler pulley up. Once it's feeling pretty loose, you're basically good to go. Again, make sure it is wet. Now, once this starts comfortably moving, wow, what a great angle. Boom. This is how we're gonna get this out. The belt just comes right off. This would last another 15 years. It's next buyer's problem. I'm gonna remove the whole bracket here, get to the idler pulley, and replace it with a brand new one. Now, I know you're bored of hearing it. It's a number 12. One eternity later. Holy, these are long bolts. Just like that, out comes our bracket and idler pulley. Here's the whole piece, and this guy is incredibly hard to move, which is why I got one of these. Unscrew here. There's our sound issue right there. In it goes. Just make sure it all sort of lines up like this. In goes your other bolt. Nut, I mean. Leave a comment down below how many times I said bolt when I meant nut and nut when I meant bolt. Wow. Freedom. Let's throw it back in. Ta-da! Why or how did I know this alternator was dying? Well, number one, there's a pretty wicked sound coming from inside of it. Find that out. You want to get one of your trusty little mechanic stethoscopes, also known as a long screwdriver. Slam that into your ear and start touching it to pieces you think might be causing the sound. When I touch the alternator here, you know, instant playback like this. There was this sound coming from inside like this, wee, 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 wee. It was pretty terrible. Number two, when I was driving the car sometimes at fresh start, boom, that bolt hidden under the red. What are we thinking? Place your bets. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Ding! That's right, if you said 10, you'd be wrong. It's a 12 again. Just like this. Boom, wires are off. We are free. Remember this bolt we talked about? Remove it. Try not to drop whatever I just dropped. Hey, don't forget that at the back of this bolt is the nut. To each bolt there is a nut. And if you just wildly unscrew this like an idiot, that nut's gonna fall straight into your engine. So don't do that. Anyways, with my nut straight in the engine, ta-da, a bolt. Now let's go find our nut in there. Kind of start pulling this out, and you're gonna see the whole thing just sort of let go of itself, and then try to get it this way. Try to move it out of the way to the right. A little bit out of the way, the whole alternator will spin upwards like that. And got the back piece that I definitely meant to take off that way. It's just easier to get out of there. There we go. Ooh, fancy new alternator. Wiggly. One little piece at a time. It all just seats in, just like that. Get your little nut at the back and start to feed that through as well. Add our bolt back in here into the back of the system. Cord, washer, and finally nut. Let's get that tightened down. Okay. Now, how many torque pounds? Just make sure it's good and tight. The back belt here, up and around this, and on. Everything should be super loose from where you last had it. Next, get your next belts. You know what? I just discovered something very serious. Always make sure your belts are facing you, you know? And that's for no reason except for OCD. The alternator and power steering pump gets fed on as well. Very tight. Oh no. Do your best to get these things on. Sometimes they don't agree with you. Damn, man, get in there. What are you thinking? It's at this point when you start contemplating life and you double check your receipts and you see if you have the right piece or if Rock Auto just scammed you. We're giving up. And in this case, you can see here we're K0345 on the new one, K0350 on the old one. This bad boy's the wrong belt. For now, we're just gonna throw on the old belt. Good thing it has lots of life in it, right, guys? The right piece for the right job and everything works out. Thanks, Rock Auto. I'd recommend hand tightening this down. Don't wanna go snapping the belt that we waited a week to get, do we? Whew, this is a workout. Oh my God. Bolt and having a seizure, anybody? Bolts. Idler pulley. Belts are looking good. People out here say, oh, you gotta tighten the belt till it's about half an inch of play. What does that mean? Like, am I getting my protractor out or what? Like, yeah, sure. That looks good. There are some tools that you can get that will help you measure if your tightness is exactly right, but I'm not a millionaire, so we're just gonna guess that's pretty good. Remove all your junk that you've randomly placed around. And let's reattach our battery here. Let's give her a start, shall we? Now, did you hear that? Wacka, 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 wacka. That was coming from our belt here, which is a little bit too loose. Let's not put the screwdriver on the battery, shall we? Let's give it a start. Can you guys listen for any weird sounds and let me know to shut off the car? Thanks. Belts are looking good. Alternators spinning. Done. New alternator, 1 out of 2 new belts, and a new idler pulley. How many horsepower did I just add? You tell me. By the way, forgot to mention, make sure you look up your voltage, the amperage that your alternator is supposed to supply before you replace it. These bad boys are 110. If you look online or at US models, you might see 90 or 100. These are 110. You could go higher too if you want a little bit more voltage, but make sure your wires can support that. Thanks for watching my video, guys. And make sure to subscribe because next week I'm going to teach you how to build an entire car out of just a Scrabble box. Stay tuned.